All right, so there's a crazy story. You know what? This could probably be our conspiracy theory because it's just creepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, conspiracy theory.
Here we go.
Music. Tokyo has an old man that has been dead for quite a while, but his punk-ass family was collecting all the money for it. Ooh, ooh, you been dead. Ooh, ooh, you been dead. Ooh, ooh, you been dead. Ooh. That was pretty much the whole story.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
So this was called Living Buddha. There was a dude who was being honored. His name was Sogen Kato, and he lived in Tokyo, and government officials wanted to congratulate him on his 111th birthday. It was basically going to be the world's oldest man, or Tokyo's oldest man, and the officials pulled up with a cake to honor him, but when they found him, he had been dead for 30 years.
So wait, the body was still there?
That's what I'm saying. People are unnecessary as hell. So apparently, they grew suspicious when they went to honor Mr. Kato at his address, but his granddaughter told them he doesn't want to see anybody. So they were like, and now so I guess these were welfare officials. They went to visit and they basically got chased away every single time, which is weird. It's like, nigga, we just want to say happy birthday.
Yeah.
They grew suspicious and sought an investigation by police, who forced their way into the house on Wednesday, which is funny that they're like, get out the way with a birthday cake.
Let us see this nigga. You know how many candles we've had to buy?
Happy birthday.
Blow out.
111 candles. It's just all candles with a little cake.
Oh man, this is so bad.
So they forced their way into this house with a cake, and they discover a mummified body, believed to be Kato, lying in his bed still, wearing underwear and pajamas covered with a blanket. Now, we were just talking about smells.
Yo.
You got your 30-year-old dead-ass grandfather still in his pajamas, which I'm assuming they maybe change. If you're doing it that far,
yeah,
I'm assuming they change his underwear and pajamas and the bed.
But bodies swell up. So that first couple years had to be tough.
Oh, my God.
The gases for your body.
Oh, dead people fart.
Yeah, they swell up. They have to go somewhere.
Dead people fart.
So those first couple months or first couple years, that had to be a doozy.
I mean, there are alive niggas farts.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, are you sure you're alive?
What have you been eating?
You're
What's
dead?
your diet like?
But a dead nigga?
Bro, like what? Why won't they get rid of the body?
You could easily get the money. I mean,
You
it's not like they were fingerprinting.
Yeah. If he obviously died at home, so there are no records of him passing. Why would y'all keep this body?
Do you think, I mean, if somebody were to come to collect it, he'd be recorded as dead?
I'm not talking about them collecting it. I'm talking about them just getting rid of it.
Well, it says the relative said that he confined himself in a room more than 30 years ago and became a living Buddha. So I guess they were like, we didn't know. But they had received 9.5 million yen in widower's pension payments.
Wow.
Via his bank account, and his wife died 6 years ago, and some of the money had recently been withdrawn. So the pension fund had long been unable to contact Mr. Kato. His family must have known he'd been dead all these years and acted as if nothing happened. It's so eerie. Yeah, the smell. There's no way around the smell.
I mean, Buddhas, they light a lot of incense, so.
They really were just like, yeah, he just hasn't been out in a minute. He's dead. Can you imagine like the bad acting that went on? No, what?
I know well, how was he getting his food? We thought he was fasting for 30 years.
We smelled something, so we assumed he was eating.
That's so fucked up.
I don't understand.
People are horrible, man.
All right, man. I don't really know. I mean, this was like literally like Psycho.
People are just horrible. That's the only way to put it, man. And family be fucked up, man. Y'all just sitting with that dead old man like that, and y'all just taking his money.
It's like Alfred. You ever seen Psycho, the movie?
Yeah.
Where he was like in a dress the whole time, but then it was like, if you were acting as your mom, why is the skeleton still here?
Man, get rid of it. Some people have abandonment issues, and just hoarders.
That is. I just wanted to be there for the acting.
When
they
was
bust
horrible.
in with the cake and was like, oh my God. And they were like, oh my God. Oh, Grandpa. happened?
Oh, I didn't know.
He's had that
Who
Adam's
knew?
little Asian. Oh no, he dead.
Oh,
Sorry.
not okay. Nah, they gonna be coming for you. But it was funny.
Let us know. Was that racist? I'm just kidding. Let us know, how far would you go to keep getting money through your family? Because this is probably the furthest, low key.
Maybe they were thinking like, fuck it, he ain't missing it, and
It's the
the
government.
government.
So fuck it.
They got the money. They just like, we didn't kill him. It didn't say that they killed him.
But I'm dressing up a sex doll with a wig that looks like him way before I'm keeping a dead nigga in the bed for 30 years.
The fact that your brain went there scares me. Not even
I mean, if we were just gonna do it.
okay.
If the family needed
You could have just hired an old man to be him and just have him sitting there.
That's
just
true.
break him off 10,000 yen.
just for the
Just
welfare
for that. Just for that. But y'all didn't. You didn't.
He had to look 111 though.
And make up prosthetics.
Low key, there are some like 80-year-old white people that look 111.
This is true.
So I think you could have. They'd have been like, "Oh, you look kind of good for your age."
Why you
I gotta stop with the accent.
Still doing the accent.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching yet another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary. I have been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm to hear more.
We will see you with more fucked up shit next week. So, we have reached the final segment. This is the Conspiracy Corner. This is when we just find out more fucked up things that happen on the internet, particularly in the paranormal. So, cue the conspiracy music. Jeff the Killer is a haunted picture on the internet, and he is scaring people. He's been doing it for many years, and what?
We just,
I don't know.
we make songs, man. It's kind of our thing.
No, that wasn't like planned.
No. So, said what?
We don't even have a theme song. We change it every episode.
It was like 30 seconds. It was a real fucking theme song. It's like, oh, all right. I'm letting y'all rock, nigga. You got words and shit?
No, I just try to freestyle the main points of the story. So this is called Jeff the Killer. This is one of the internet's most disturbing urban legends. So this is the image.
Looks like fake Momo.
He does kind of give Momo vibes, but it's like almost like a flat version.
Okay.
His name's Jeff the Killer. Basically, the legend is his face was burned off with acid, and he hides in people's closets. People have said that they heard him say "go to sleep" over and over again. And
That's the fucking mama having sex in the room. Go to sleep.
Jeff the Killer.
It's Jeff killing this pussy.
But yeah, this dude pretty much it blew up into a crazy meme. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's been used in a bunch of stories, a bunch of photoshops, and it's even made its way into certain like video games. But it's like there's a lot of theory, and one is the most plausible, is probably the scariest. So the legend is that in the fall of 2008, a girl named Katie Robinson allegedly posted a grainy photo of herself taken in a closet. And the story goes the girl was bullied relentlessly for her weight and later committed suicide. So basically it says, this dude says, yesterday I found my sister in her room crying her eyes out. I asked her why she was feeling down, and she said it was because she is fat. I became furious, demanding she tell me what was making fun of her. Blah, 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 blah. She said she posted a picture on this website and continued to say that this website made fun of her and posted shops of her picture. I don't know what that means.
Probably.
But yeah, she ended up killing herself. And it's saying that I guess that photo was taken, used to make the Jeff the Killer photo. So you could see kind of like their hairstyles are a little bit the same.
Oh shit.
This one's actually freakier than the first one.
It's none of it is freaky, bro. Like,
You don't think so?
No, nigga.
Why not?
Yeah, bro, we grew up in the era of fucking Bloody Mary, nigga.
Bloody Mary wasn't that scary.
Nigga, you could literally call this bitch. You can't call Jeff, nigga. There's no connection to
That's
Jeff.
scarier.
Nigga,
That's
Bloody Mary is fucking scary.
Yeah.
If you go in the bathroom, turn on the water, and the lights off and say her name, I'm not doing that.
But that's the thing. Those people most likely deserved it because they called him. But Jeff, that nigga could just roll up. And be
Nigga,
like,
Jeff ain't rolling up, man. Jeff.
None of these people are rolling up. It's fake.
No, Bloody Mary was more real than Jeff, nigga. I was more scared of Bloody Mary than Jeff because of the era. Like,
Funniest reaction to a conspiracy theory is like, man, that's bullshit. That ain't true, nigga. Yeah. Look at this nigga, bro. This nigga's not in anybody's closet.
but there's people out there that like, yo, that Momo shit, man, talk to your kids.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Momo was
Too
realer
much.
than this, though, because it was actually being inputted in things that kids were watching, and it was like, yo, kill yourself tonight, which is way scarier, because that's like...
Yo, I wonder if they found the person that started that shit and if any charges were brought against that person.
I don't know. That should be some type of charge, right?
100%. But I mean, it's the world.
But what would be the charge, though?
I don't know.
Murder?
Can you... Yeah, whatever Charles Manson got, because he didn't kill nobody, but
Right.
conspiracy.
Yeah, no, I think attempted murder, nigga. It has to be attempted murder
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
Because if you're telling people to kill themselves and anybody does, that's murder. That's gotta be, nigga, to do it in that light and shit. But yeah, that one looks too much like Momo to me.
Is she this kind of? I don't know. I don't know which one is freakier because this one is crazy and it's apparently being like still
not
circulating.
having a nose makes a difference.
And those
sure
eyes,
does.
it's
No
just
nose and no eyebrows
nobody
is freaky.
Like that shit is just like.
The eyes are freaky. You ever have like those moments when you were a kid where you thought something was under your bed or in your closet?
Absolutely.
In the house, I never thought anything was under the bed or in my closet. I thought when at my aunt's house, her husband passed away, and I walked by the room and I see the same spot he usually was standing in. I guess it was a shadow or some shit. And I'm like, oh shit! And I ran out the house.
You saw him?
No, I see the shadow. Because I went back after, and it was the same shit that was there. It was just the shadow. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in ghosts.
Really?
Yeah.
You never seen anything or had anything happen?
We've never seen anything.
Who's we?
Me and you, nigga.
No, nigga. Speak
You
for
seen a
yourself.
ghost?
I grew up in a haunted house. Why you think I'm so damn weird?
I grew up with some weird shit too.
Man, what the fuck, man?
My cousins.
Y'all story better
Listen,
make some sense.
My cousin, I told them about this. Used to have this house, and you know, you used to love to go over your cousin's house. But I never wanted to spend the night over there because it was just like.
Because it was like haunted?
I mean, that and then they had roaches. But the main thing was like and then your cousin got roaches, and you did not want to be spending the night because I ain't trying to sleep with my fingers in my ear the whole night. But listen,
You know why I'm laughing?
Because you assumed it was haunted.
Nigga, not even that. It's just like. You don't want to say nobody got roaches at age. Like, what's wrong with this house, man? It's haunted.
with roaches.
It's haunted.
It ain't even haunted. It's just dirty as shit.
It's haunted by uncleanliness.
But listen, so one time I spent the night. I'm in my cousin's arrangement room. I had one male cousin and 3 female cousins, and it was like my cousin's raid room in the hallway. So if this is the hallway, my cousin's raid room was right here. Right across this room is the bathroom. Straight back is the girls' room right here, and then my aunt's room, aunt and uncle room right next to my cousin's raid room. So we sleeping foot to head. My head is like looking out the door. So
Right.
I'm looking out the doorway, and I remember waking up and looking over, and I'm looking right into like the doorway of the bathroom too. And there's this black figure there, and I'm like, this shadow looks weird, but it also looks like a person. But you can't see any distinguishing figures. It's just like a black figure.
But it was dark in the room
But
too.
yeah, because it's like 2, 3 in the morning, so it's all black. And then I see a smile.
Ugh. You saw the teeth?
See the teeth.
That's terrible. How come you've never told that story on this
I
show?
have. Well, not on the story, on the show, but I told. I feel like I told y'all at ADD and told you about my cousin's house. Because the house was mad haunted. Like one time we were playing video games. It was like afternoon, so it's like getting dark, like going into. It's around dusk. So we're playing video games, and the TV goes out. TV just goes completely out, right? So
Just
like,
the TV?
Just
or
the TV.
So all the lights?
Now the lights are still on.
Okay.
But then the lights start flickering. We're like, what the fuck? Right? So like the light is on, there's a lamp on one of the tables, and the lamp is creating a shadow against the wall that's leading into the hallway where my cousin's rooms and all them are. Nigga, the shadow on the wall being casted by the lamp We see the shadow. We're like, what the fuck is going on? And then where that shadow is, you see like little men running from the lamp.
Wait, what?
Into like the hallway of the bedroom. Like talking about it right now, it's giving me chills all over my body.
How big?
My nigga, like just like small men, like small, like if they
Did they
were
have
like,
hats?
huh?
Did they have hats?
No, they didn't have hats. It was just like small male figures. Like you just see them, like just run toward that hallway. I don't know if it was the hallway or the whole house was
That's fucking
haunted.
scary.
But like my cousins will verify the story. Like spooky, bro. Like my hair standing up. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
That's one of the one urban legends. I've never met anybody who experienced that. The like little dwarf type of thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of communities that think that type of stuff, but I never seen it. So
I saw it.
Really?
Yes, nigga.
God,
you gotta talk to more people about ghosts, man. Shit
No,
crazy.
man, I don't want to hear this shit. I don't believe in ghosts.
How could you not believe in ghosts?
I feel like every time
When
I
there's
say
so
that-
much other
All
spiritual.
right, why? Tell me this. Why is a ghost in this nigga's cousin Roach infested bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning smiling?
You never
Depends
know what
on what
happened on that
happened,
ground prior to.
Nigga, that's good. There's no. If I'm a ghost, I'm not going to hustle.
You're already trying to do logical stuff that don't matter. If I'm a ghost,
But like, a ghost need like.
I feel like every time somebody say I don't believe in ghosts, it's like a ghost operator is like, hey, is anybody available to go fuck with this nigga?
It's a Netflix shit.
God damn,
You heard this shit just turn on, right?
that was creepy as hell.
You just heard it, right?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as ghosts, bro. Shit just happens.
Like that? That was a ghost. Like,
It's
I'll
not
show
a
this
ghost,
nigga.
nigga. There's
a
no
ghost
such
like,
thing
y'all
as
done,
ghosts,
nigga?
bro.
You gonna go outside,
There's
you gonna
no
go
such
outside,
thing.
your car gonna be running, and the seat gonna be all
Paul
over.
Mooney, you ever heard what Paul Mooney said about ghosts?
Nah.
And it made me be like, this nigga right. He said he does not believe in ghosts because if there were ghosts, slaves would be hunting white people.
You don't hear a lot of slave ghost stories. Well, actually, you low-key do.
Nigga, I don't hear enough. I don't hear enough.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I don't hear enough.
That's funny.
But if you watch like ghost documentaries, that happens a lot in the South.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, why would it happen out here? It has to be like L.A.
Hey, wrong region, my boy.
There's a lot of holes in the ghost thing.
Well, if it's like one
We
of
know
them
that.
things, if it's one of them things, you know, if it's like, all right, man, you can either come to heaven or you can be a ghost. Like that, if that's an option, then that's probably why there's not a lot of ghosts. You know what I mean?
All right, guys. So now we have come to the final segment of the show. This is the conspiracy corner, and this one is dark. Give me darker music this time. Cue the conspiracy music. Japanese internment camps, Unit 731, doing horrible experiments on everyone. Hey, why y'all doing this to people? They are people. They shouldn't be doing all this. They ain't sheeple. They ain't sheeple. They ain't sheeple. Why y'all doing
Sheeple?
this? I don't know. There's not a lot of things that rhyme with people.
I tried to go deep when you said we need darker music. I was like, is that bass heavy?
I don't know. So I don't know, like darker tone.
Oh man, good times.
Today's one is a dark one. This is called Unit 731. And this is basically a super secret biological and chemical warfare research, it's like a center that the Imperial Japanese Army used to do crazy human experiments. And this is like one of those things I had to take a break while watching. Low-key, this is I pitched to do this, and I was like, I'm gonna do this another week on another episode.
That dark?
Yeah, because it's
Jesus.
like it's a lot of stuff, and
Right.
it's kind of a lot. So if you're queasy, you might want to just skip away. But
Squimish.
they did a lot of fucked up stuff, and this was like a long time ago. So they were sort of just doing things like cutting people open alive to see the organs, because if they killed them, the organs would shut down. So
Right.
it's like a lot of that, just like, oh, that's how we work, but just doing it in horrible
With no
way.
anesthetic, just like,
Nothing.
I want to see what a heart looks like while it's still pumping.
So it says test subjects were gathered from the surrounding population and sometimes referred to as logs. So basically, how many logs fell is what they said. Basically meaning like how many people died during the test that you were working on, right? So this is some pretty fucked up shit. They said that they started with monkeys. like primates and stuff like that. And then they upgraded. So they captured criminals, bandits, all that stuff, but there were just, homeless, mentally handicapped, and just random people rounded up by the military in there.
Damn, that's crazy.
Included infants, elderly, pregnant women, the whole nine. This was like just as horrible as the Holocaust. So it said that, prisoners were injected with diseases, disguised as vaccinations so that they could study the effects. Untreated venereal diseases. Female and male prisoners were deliberately infected with like syphilis and gonorrhea, or made each other have sex with someone who was infected.
Wait a second.
Yep.
So you think you getting some free ass?
Nope.
In jail, and you are getting some ass filled with syphilis.
Man, and they were just randomly pairing, so you don't know, like, that could have been somebody in your family or something. Prisoners were repeatedly subjected to rape by guards. There's something called vivisection, which was when, basically what I was saying, without anesthesia, and they were just cut up, cut open. They were infecting them with diseases, like I said before, invasive surgeries, removing organs to study the effect of disease on the human body. Prisoners had limbs amputated to study just the blood loss. Like, boom, like, took them 5 minutes, like literally stuff like that, just killing people off. For things. They said that they had their stomach surgically removed, the esophagus reattached to the intestines. The esophagus is your windpipe right here. Parts of organs such as the brains, lungs, and liver were removed, which is crazy. No anesthetic, like, fam. That's those pop culture references where you see somebody just getting a lobotomy. Like, a lot of these stories are taken.
Before you go on, though, I must admit this is crazy as fuck. However, how else would you know?
Animals.
No, we're not the same.
Animals with similar anatomy.
No, it's not the same.
And even that's cruel.
I mean, it is, but like, the fact that we know we can go 3 days without food, 7 days without water means that somebody went 8 days and died, and somebody went 4 days and died. How else would you know some of this stuff?
But I wouldn't experiment like that. Like, when that time comes, if somebody had a disease that was eating up their arm, then you amputate, and then if you try to figure it out, and if you lose them, you lose them. You don't amputate 20 people who didn't need it just so you're like, all right, so when that one thing happens, we'll save that one guy.
You gotta have a baseline. You can't just...
I'm sure that was their logic. Like, how else would you know?
Yeah, you can't just do it one time on an experiment. You have to have a baseline, and then you do a couple more. There's no other way.
But it's like...
It's fucked up. I get it.
You doing that to cure gonorrhea? To figure out the cure for that?
Hey, man, sometimes you be like, oh, who knew? All you needed to do was just chew a ginger mint.
Hell no. Well, there's other stuff. I'm guessing that this was more for the warfare type of it. But it actually gets a little worse. They said that infected fleas bred in laboratories were spread by low-flying airplanes on Chinese cities. So this was like biological warfare. They basically they bred these fleas, and then they basically flew them and dropped them on these cities. So when you think about that, that's terrifying. You could basically use anything for war. It's not just as easy as a bomb or napalm. But it said, this military aerial spraying killed tens of thousands of people with bubonic plague epidemics.
Bubonic plague just sounds scary. I'm still not sure exactly what it is.
Sounds cute to me.
But I remember hearing it in a rap, and it was like, took a hit of that bubonic chronic, and I was like, oh, bubonic. I like that.
And then it's just like you look
it up.
I think it was
Dog Pound or Snoop or somebody.
But if you look it up, you're just like, that weed was probably ass.
Yeah, that's
bubonic weed?
That shit killed him.
That was Reggie. But what's crazy is that they would put paratyphoid germs, whatever that is, into the wells, marshes, and houses of the city, and they infused them into the snacks to be distributed amongst the locals. So at this point, you're just like, whoa.
You didn't stand a chance if you were living close by them, bro.
Fam, but then you start thinking like, damn, what's our government doing to us?
Right.
Because this is all stuff that like actually happened.
I always think about like the chemtrails that I used to see.
Yeah,
growing up,
what are those?
The planes, and they like supposedly like, I don't know, they're supposed to like keep the insect control and all of that. Well, I'm sorry. There was some that was supposed to be the myth behind it was supposed to be like for insects and stuff like that, and it was like population control and all that type of stuff.
Right.
But a pilot says that that the trails that we see are literally just moisture leaving the cloud and it being spread.
I don't think that's true. Because you be seeing planes driving by or flying by that don't have that, and then you'll see one that's like, it's just leaving thick amounts of that.
Yeah.
And then I've seen some that were like pink and red, like crazy ones that people just started taking pictures like, yo, what is this? Because they say that it's like mind control.
Yeah.
We should do like a whole conspiracy theory on chemtrails.
We
Because
should
I do
do a
want to know
whole
more.
conspiracy theory show. Well, nothing but conspiracy theories.
You know what? They tried to get that for Internet is Undefeated, and I tried to push that, but they said it was too close. But
Nah, fuck that. We're doing it on ours. Just one special episode, all
special
conspiracy
bonus,
theories.
all conspiracies.
Yeah.
So they actually now this your logic holds up on how else would you know weapon testing. They threw grenades at people and positioned them at various distances. They tested with flamethrowers. They were tied to stakes and using pathogen-releasing bombs, chemical weapons, explosive bombs. They were literally tying niggas to sticks and dropping bombs on them. That's wild.
That's so fucked up. And I'm not laughing at that by any means. I'm laughing at the visual of somebody telling, like, hey, just stand right there. Like, right here? Like, yeah. It's like, what's that? It's a grenade. Boom.
Oh, he blew up. Nigga, the last 100 people blow up. Are you just doing this for fun at one point? All right, well, I'm gonna throw it a little further. Oh, he still blew up. Like, nigga, what are you testing? What are you testing? He's gonna blow up. It's a bomb. He blew up into several pieces that time.
I need to see what happens when I throw it underhand with my left.
What if they had markers, like 50 yards, 70 yards to see? Like a hand, like, hey! Kim wins. Who had 70? That is dark. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I at one point I was like, man, the reason why I postponed this one, I was like, man, there's no joke's gonna be after I start this.
Oh, nope. Man, sorry.
Sorry. Another one that you this one's bad. Deprived of food and water to determine the length of time until death.
Like I said, I didn't even know that was in here, but that was my first argument. How else would you know?
This one's rough. Placed into low pressure chambers until their eyes popped from the sockets.
Oh my God.
Experimented with temperatures, with like heat and cold, burns, electrocution. Spun until death.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
I can't do spinning. Like, I don't do spinning roller coasters. Like
That's the worst one you heard so far?
Yes. Kill me. I can't do that one, fam.
Kill
me. Some of it don't, like the fasting one. I was like, because I've thought about, like, before I started losing weight.
Okay.
I thought about, like, what organ could I use that would have me in a hospital for like 3 weeks and I would lose like 20, 30 pounds. I'm literally, that's the fattest thing I've
miserable though.
Yeah, but I mean, you just drink a juice and Jello.
But why can't you just do that without losing an organ? Why can't you just start that diet today?
Because let's say
it's gotta be life-threatening.
No, not that. It's like your job won't fire you for it if you're in the hospital. If you just miss work for 3 weeks while you try to just diet, like, you fired. But if you have
horrible diet plan, the Tahir's bedridden.
If you got health insurance,
diet.
Why not? Because they're going to have a nurse come in and still push your legs back so your limbs still work and shit. You don't lose mobility.
How much money would it cost to stay in the hospital for 3 weeks?
It
like
$50,000.
$50,000.
It just depends on the organ.
Is it?
I feel like it does.
I thought just
like
hospital
if they try to
prices
send
were
you
crazy.
home after a week, you got to fake it. You got to like hold your IV.
Don't do that, guys. That is not a diet plan.
Beep, 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 beep. He's flatlining. You have to wake up before they charge you, because if they charge you while you're awake, you die.
I'm just trying to picture your diet commercial, just like, do you have all your organs? Could you spare one? Well, come on down to Tahir's diet plan. We'll get you
This
fucked
will get
up.
you right.
So spinning to death is Tahir's. That's your.
That's why I draw the fucking line.
So that's
buddy.
the worst one so far. For you. What about injected with animal blood, lethal doses of X-rays? Could have got some superheroes out of that. Chemical gas chambers injected with seawater, buried alive. What were they testing? What were they testing with
How
burying
long you
somebody
can
alive?
last?
How? They dig it up. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Wow. No way.
Yeah.
Injecting horse urine into prisoners' kidneys, or amputating limbs and re-sewing them to other stumps on the body.
Wow.
That is a bored scientist.
That's a mad scientist.
All of these are mad
Don't you
scientists.
ever put my hand where my foot supposed to be just to see if gloves look good down there.
What about horse urine in your kidney?
I guess I want to see how strong the kidneys are. Have you heard of horse pee? Horse be peeing loud and hard as hell.
What's that got to do with you think the chemical makeup is different?
I mean, the diet isn't it? They'll drink water out of a trough that's got flies and bugs all in it and shit, and they don't get sick from the shit. So yeah, guess you want to see how strong human kidneys are.
This shit makes me queasy, bro. They were testing syphilis by making them. They were forcing them to have sex with each other, and then they were cut open and they looked at the organs at different stages of the infection. That's
messed up. I get the whole no anesthesia though. Because for some of it, if you have anesthetic, you can gauge the true effect that it's having on the person in some of the instances. But then also like all right, let's say if you cut a chest open and you're looking at the heart, from that pain you're gonna see that the heart is moving differently. If they have anesthetic, it might not be doing the same thing. You don't know what the pain tolerance is.
So you're saying there might be some
legit science behind it. But I'm
crazy.
also a science nerd. That was my favorite core study coming up. So
really,
yeah.
I couldn't see a lab coat that would fit around you. We needed other people there for that one.
It was good. I just didn't want to give it to him.
When you're the only other person in the room, it feels like a bomb. You're just well, that didn't hit at all.
It was good, but I just couldn't give it to him. Not in that moment. I had to let him sweat a little bit.
Oh my God. Bro, it said that the prisoners, when they were infected with syphilis, they called their vagina, they referred to them as jam-filled buns.
That is not okay.
God.
By any means.
Okay, the worst one. It said that there was frostbite testing. They basically took them outside, dipping various appendages into water and allowed the limb to freeze. Once frozen, which testimony from a Japanese officer said, after the frozen arms were struck with a short stick, it emitted a sound resembling on which a board gives when it's struck. So they would basically hit the limbs until it sounded like a board. Then ice was chipped away and the area was doused in water again. The effects of different water temperatures were tested by bludgeoning the victim to determine if the areas were still frozen. That might be the worst one. You cold, then you get your ass beat, then you put water on you until your shit is basically broken off.
That shit sounds horrible. Did you ever wash your hands when your hands were too cold? Especially by people in the Midwest and out East, they know, like, if you come inside and your hands are cold, you ain't have no gloves on, and you try to run your hands in the warm water to like warm them up, it feels like needles. If the water literally feels like
it's
needles.
Terrible.
It's horrible.
Or when you get out of like the pool or something, if you swimming at night and you get a breeze. I know this is not comparable at all.
But
that shit sounds like a vacation.
We'll allow it.
The wind is on you and you're just like, you don't got no towel. It's like not having a towel from the pool to the house, but like billions of times worse. That's just the only way my safe little life can compare to fucking biological warfare. But
that is bad.
Jesus. And then obviously all the rape and forced pregnancy that you can think of. But yeah, this was going on. This was all going on in Japan. This is literally like when you think of mad scientists, you think of like
wait, was it Japan or was it China? I thought you said they dropped the fleas like on a Chinese.
Yeah, this was in Japan.
Okay.
But it seems like maybe they were just rounding a bunch of people up. Like they said that there were some Russian people in here. Because I said that they.
They just got criminals and.
They were just rounding people up. But yeah, in terms of the biological warfare, they did drop it on the Chinese populace.
Wow. That's crazy.
So yes, I kind of see why they don't like each other.
That's a good reason not to fuck with somebody right there.
Damn.
You dropped the killer fleas on my uncle and them.
Man, for real. Like, it's crazy to think that like in Japan, they have, or basically every other culture, they have history that's as horrible as our Black African American slavery, and they're just like living with it like we are, because this is some shit. Especially if you got some ancestors that came from this and they remember it. This is a minute.
But see, like, we don't know like how long Unit 731 was. We know how long slavery was. So, like, I don't know if there's a way to gauge how many people were affected and died from this versus, like, you know, how many people affected and died from, like, slavery.
It's crazy because the Japanese were not playing around, and neither were the Mongolians. Like, I think Bill Burr has a great joke about how everybody says when somebody's the most evil, they're the Hitler of that thing. Have you heard that joke?
No.
He talks about how whenever somebody's evil, they're the Hitler. But if you look at the stats of all these villains, Hitler wasn't even putting up numbers like that. Like the Japanese emperors and the Chinese emperors were doing like crazy amounts of, and then he said Hitler's didn't have like barely any stats. He was just like, I know this is fucked up, but if you use the whole sports reference thing, and I think about that all the time because there are war leaders that have been doing crazy amounts that don't even compare to the stuff we've been hearing about.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Unit 731. It's horrible. If you're into that kind of stuff, research it. It happened. And
I can't do the spinning.
This is mad scientists on
the
steroids.
spinning took me out. That's when I'm like, all right, fam.
Spin to death.
I can't. Take me outside to the frost. I can't do the spin. Is there another option? I don't do it on
the frost over the. You think you did that first?
Oh yeah. I'll take that any day. I can lose his arm.
The frost does it for me.
Oh no, man. Fuck that. Give me
Sub-zero
syphilis.
fatality me. Give me syphilis.
Give me syphilis, but don't give me spins.
Oh wow! It says it does have deaths. Estimated deaths was from 200,000 to 400,000 from biological warfare, over 3,000 from inside experiments, which is bad but not too bad, and at least 10,000 prisoners dead. Okay, so this was very focused.
Yeah.
It wasn't millions and millions and millions. Yeah. But hey, it was, you know, for how extreme these experiments were, I couldn't see them doing crazy amount because that's a lot.
It's a lot of logs.
That's a lot of logs. Damn, I felt terrible saying that. That's like
the
hard ER. And then injuries. Wow, they have an injuries thing. 775. That means some people came out with that fucked up memory. Woo!
That's the frostbitten people. They survived.
Jesus.
That and the syphilis people. But they were never the same again.
He can make jokes out of anything. This was the testing grounds. You didn't throw about you had a whole set within this. So if you can turn this into a set, there might be let's see how dark we can go. This has been another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary.